Ladies and gentlemen, 3-3. We are not top of the Champions League group, which means we could either play Ajax, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, or whoever wins that little group. But knowing our luck, it's probably going to be Bayern Munich. Let's get straight into this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I'm not surprised by that scoreline, if I'm being honest. I predicted in my previews, if you'd seen the previews with the boys, Matisse and Yunus, I said this was going to be a balling out game because both the teams, we were always going to rotate. So I knew the chemistry was always going to be pathetic. And that's exactly what it turned out to be. And I knew Zenit, they don't have anything to play for this particular match. They were already in Europa League, so they don't have much to play. They've come out, they've balled out. We've also tried to ball out. At the end of the day, 3-3. Let's start from the top. Let's talk about the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Kepa Arrizabalaga in goals, Malang Sarr, Christensen, Cesar Azpilicueta, Saul Niguez, Ross Barkley, Reece James, Kalamantan Timo Werner, Mason Mount, Romelu Lukaku. This is pretty much more or less what we predicted. Besides Reece James, we thought it was going to be Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the middle with Ross Barkley. Up front, we probably thought it might be Kalamantan-Odoi and Pulisic maybe as a wing-back, or maybe Pulisic up top and Kalamantan-Odoi as a wing-back. But Romelu Lukaku, Mason Mount, that's exactly what we sort of predicted as well. So overall, Saul, left wing-back, this is what we sort of said. Overall, I'm not surprised by that particular team. But then I looked at Zenit's team, and Zenit's team was looking all right. Sardar Azmoun is a very good player. If you guys have seen, Zenit play elsewhere, not in the Russian league, but especially in the Champions League, Azmoun is a very good player. Malcolm, we all know, he used to be an ex-Barcelona player. Not the greatest player out there, but at least he's got some sort of skills. Claudinho, very good player. Wendell is not a bad player. Dejan Lovren, ex-Liverpool player. It's semi-decent team. But this particular team that we put out, I had to believe that maybe it was still good enough to get the victory. It wasn't going to be the most cleanest performance, but it was good enough for the victory. Now, let's get into some of the nitty-gritty player performances. As I said, I don't want to be too critical about this game because this is a one-off game, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. This lineup that I just showed you guys, we're not going to see this lineup ever again. I mean, I'm praying. I hope we don't see this lineup ever again. But it was expected for this particular match because of the injuries, because of players needing a bit of rest, bit of rotation. We've got a big game in the Premier League coming up against Leeds where we cannot drop any points. If we drop points and City and Liverpool win, forget it, wipe your hands, and it's all about top four battle. So this particular game, when I'm doing my player assessment right now, you'll see I don't want to be overly harsh, but I'm going to be objective to this particular game, isolating this game. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about this particular game. I've seen a lot of people in the live chat, in the watch-along. By the way, thank you so much for the support in the watch-along. Once again, another tremendous watch-along. You guys are loving it, so thank you so much for that. But in the live chat, so many people were saying, this Chelsea team is, not good. If we play like this, we're not going to win anything. Of course, we're not going to play like that. That team is not going to be played on a regular basis. The thing that I will say, however, which is quite evidently, true, is a lot of people have been saying we need to be a little bit concerned about our depth. The way sometimes we talk about our depth like as if it's the next big thing, but it's not. Our depth isn't as great as we think it is. It's good, but it's not going to do any damage. In fact, if anything, it's probably going to cause harm to us. It's good for the rotation, but when you have that many rotations, obviously it's detrimental. But going from the back, Kepa Arrizabalaga was man of the match for me, ladies and gentlemen. If he didn't save, there was 3 big saves minimum. If he didn't save those, we were dead. This game should have been maybe 6-3, 5-3 for Zenit. Look, I am going to be slightly objective, and I know I'm going to get the heat from you guys, and so be it. I'm going to say the way I feel. That last goal that we conceded, he did get a hand to it. And I initially, when I saw the goal, I thought, wow, that's hit like a rocket, of course. And maybe it's a bit too high for Kepa. But looking at the replay, Kepa clearly gets a glove to it. I'm thinking someone like Mendy probably would have saved that because of his reach, let's be honest. That's the only thing I'm going to say, but I'm not taking anything away from Kepa. That whole game, he was brilliant. He kept us in the game for me, man of the match. Malang Sarr. He needs to go. He needs to go. If AC Milan are serious about this player, he needs to go. Whether it's a loan, whether it's whatever it is, he's just not Chelsea quality. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this player. He's erratic. He's all over the place. His positioning is awful. It's just, he's not a Chelsea level player. The drop off from Rudiger to Malang Sarr is not even night and day. Whatever there is difference out there, bigger than night and day, that's what it is. So that is what it is over there. Christensen, ladies and gentlemen, I have to be a little bit critical about Christensen. The reason being is I really thought he was going to step up and really lead that defensive line. I don't see much of a leadership. Now, you can turn around and say, well, Miz, he had Azpilicueta and Malang Sarr with him. I get that, but I still want to see a bit of leadership. I need him to communicate with Aspi and Malang. The way Zenit was opening up and putting those through balls in, I feel like someone like Christensen being in the middle of the three needs to have a little bit more control, bit of communications with his midfield, because the midfield was non-existent. Ross Barkley, besides that second half where he put that ball in for Werner, he was anonymous in that game. He was not there to be seen one bit. First half, people were just running all over us in the midfield. So for me, Christensen, I wish he took a little bit more authority. That's all I'm going to say. There were a couple of mistakes as well, but team mistakes. But I wanted Christensen to really boss it and really become the leader in defense. And that's where my the complaint is with Christensen. Is he as good as the players around him? Is he only good when he has Thiago Silva and Rudiger around him? Can he not do a job as a leader when they're not around him? Something to think about. Cesar Azpilicueta, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? It is what it is. He always drops a 7 minimum out of 10. Once again, it was a 7 out of 10 performance, if not maybe a 6.5 performance. Nothing fancy, nothing great, and nothing too bad either. Defensively, fairly okay. Doesn't have that pace as he used to once upon a time. And he hasn't been playing enough games. So, look, I can't expect too much of him. What he did well, and it is what it is. Saul Niguez, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if he was that good. Besides that first-minute drive from that left side, I don't think I've seen enough of Saul. I honestly have not seen enough of Saul. That first half drive was the only thing I saw. Besides that, he tracked back every now and then. That's about it. I don't know if he absolutely took his opportunity as a left wing-back. I think he'll get murdered in the Premier League if he played as a left wing-back again. I think they would target that side a lot. And there was a lot of opportunities for Zenit in the first half, especially. They were finding a lot of, options on the right side, our left side, where they were opening up. Malcolm was opening us up a lot, Malang Sarr and Saul. But then again, you could probably say, is it wise to say Saul didn't have a great game because there was no Jorginho, there was no Kante in the midfield? Had they been in midfield, could it be a bit different? So that's something still that we haven't seen. I would like to say if down the track, if Saul does get an opportunity as a left wing back, either Jorginho and Kante to be in midfield. Talking about the midfield, Ross Barkley and Reece James. Look, we've seen Reece James play in midfield previously in the championship, but it's been a long time since that has happened. He did look okayish, but there were times he looked a bit out of sorts. But once again, I don't want to be too critical. It's the first time he's played defensive midfield for a very, very long time from his championship days. I think under Frank Lampard, he might have played 1 or 2 games here and there. Against, under Thomas Tuchel, he might have come off the bench maybe last season once, perhaps. So don't want to be too critical. He did a job, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say. Ross Barkley was just it was no one. Besides that ball to Werner and that shot, I think in the second half, that was a shot on target, which is fine. This player needs to go. The bottom line, he needs to go. He's too slow. His build-up is too slow. His passing is too slow. He doesn't even track back. The work rate is definitely not there with Ross Barkley. I've always said he's more of a Hollywood type of player, looks for those glamorous assists and, chips in with a goal here and there. But besides that, there's nothing else. There's no work rate. There's nothing. So for me, Ross Barkley, January, Newcastle, if you want him, please get him ASAP. Callum Hudson-Odoi, ladies and gentlemen, gets himself a yellow card from the right wing-back position. Not a good game. But then again, right wing-back is not his position. Didn't make any good decisions from that right side as well. I would have liked him to play on the left side up front where Timo played, but then again, Timo got the goals. I don't want to be once again too critical with Callum. It's not the position he likes to play. He even publicly said that's not the position he likes to play. So I'm not surprised he got substituted. Pulisic came in, Pulisic, I think, got himself that assist for Timo Werner's goal. I think it was Pulisic. At least he got a production out of that. But for me, Callum, it is what it is. It is what it is. I want to judge Callum up front as opposed to being in the right wing back. Timo Werner, ladies and gentlemen, 2 goals and an assist. You're going to say, wow, what a performance. What a performance. What a Timo, magnificent man of the match performance. No, far from it. Look, kudos to Timo for getting the goals and the assist. Kudos. 3 cheers for him. Hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray. But for Timo Werner, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, he had several Timo moments. Several. There was a chance in the first half where, he was running down the channel and he ran into 3 defenders. When he could have kept on running and probably looked for a shot. There were other touches inside the box. There was one big-time touch in the second half where he was putting, a ball into the box. He could have turned and whipped in a shot, but his turn and touch, the ball just flew off his leg and then it was a clearance. So there was plenty of Timo moments. Let's not forget about that. But it is what we've expected. At least he's chipped in with 2 goals and an assist, and we have to say kudos to Timo Werner for that. Whether he starts against Leeds, I highly doubt it. I mean, Thomas Tuchel might look at this and say, okay, maybe he does start, but Timo's not lost his, those issues. Those issues are still evident. I still have to say that third goal for us, that second goal for Timo, very well taken. Very well. And that's the kind of goal I want to see Timo score a lot more of. That's the caliber of goal I want to see. Let's see if he continues. Romelu Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was a 50-50 game. In the first half, we didn't see too much of the ball. The possession was, I think, 56% Zenit, 44% us. He set up a nice opportunity for Mason Mount. Mason Mount should have finished that, ladies and gentlemen. Lukaku could have got that assist. He ends up getting a goal in the second half, bringing us back into the game. Timo Werner with a, squares the ball. Lukaku with a, tap-in goal. Overall, I think he's slowly finding his way back. I think he does enjoy having someone like Timo Werner, but we need to find him other combinations. Once again, I don't think he's completely fit. That's why he was taken off. Havertz came in. Havertz looked all right. There were moments where Lukaku's touch wasn't that great as well. His link-up wasn't that great, but then there were moments where it was good as well. So it was a bit of a 50-50 match for me. I'm not going to be too harsh, but at the same time, I'm not going to be a particular fan that's going to be too gloating about him. He didn't do anything overly fancy, but he did miss out on an assist. That was a nice assist for Mason Mount. Mason Mount's game overall was okay. He pressed well. He was looking for Lukaku straight away. Every time Mason Mount looked for the ball, he was looking for Lukaku immediately, but he did miss that goal. I wish he got that goal. Those are the type of goals he needs to score. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, look, disappointing draw. We were minutes away, literally minutes away from winning that, but right at the end, absolute firecracker from Zenit. And look, I personally think that maybe it was savable. As I said, Mendy probably could have saved, but I don't want to take anything away from Kepa. Kepa's still man of the match for me. It is what it is. This is what the table looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is who we can possibly play. Next round, the draw is going to be on the 13th, Monday. Do look out for the watch-along. There will be a watch-along. We definitely can't play Man City. We definitely can't play Liverpool. We can play Ajax. We can play Real Madrid. We can play Bayern Munich. We definitely can't play Man United. And we can play anyone from here. It can be Lille, Salzburg, Wolfsburg. This is open field. I would love anyone from here, but knowing our luck, it's probably going to be Bayern, Real, or Ajax. Anyone besides Bayern, I can fancy. Real and Ajax, I can fancy. We've beaten Real. I know it's a different Real this season, ladies and gentlemen. Vinicius Jr., everyone, Benzema, everyone's looking good. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm confident we can beat them. Ajax, I'm confident as well. They're a very strong team. Don't get me wrong. Look at this. 6 out of 6. They've taken Dortmund to the cleaners. Sporting Besiktas. I know they're not the strongest team out there, but Dortmund, that shouldn't be mucked around one bit. 6 out of 6, 18 points. It's not going to be easy. Ajax play ball, but I'm confident whatever it is next round, for me, it's very important we see the next few matches through. We win it. Premier League is the most important thing. This will be back. Champions League will be back, ladies and gentlemen, in February. Let me know if who you're going to be happy with next round. I do want to hear from that. Do want to hear from you how you felt about the match, our depth. Do you think it's as strong as people think? And smash the like button, guys. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And look out, tomorrow I could have a madness with Ryan. If you guys remember, Tactical Ryan is back. We're going to have a tactical show where we're going to talk about this particular match. Might look into Saul's game, Reece James's game. So look out for that. And yeah, All You Can Eat Chelsea is back tomorrow as well. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.